me just do a couple of things on my end here. Let me just. Oh boy, here comes mom.
Billy,
Yes, mom.
check this out.
I'm live.
I'm talking to Avi now. Look
Okay.
what happened to my phone.
What happened to your phone?
Look, that came off. No, that was saying it's
I
a
have no
scammer.
idea what she does.
Pero que si yo no
It came
fui.
up on my phone too, and then the voice went. Like we got disconnected.
Yeah, I don't know what she did here, and I can't even get out
I
of it.
didn't do nothing. I'm talking to Avi. That's why I came to you to show it to you. What happened to me?
Real-time text to chat with you.
Look at that.
They
That's like
must use. Oh, that was the thing. And shit. You know what? Let me hang up on you and call you back, Abe. All right.
Que tú vienes sin saber
I'm live.
Well, how you
Here.
come and pick on me for that? I'm trying for you to
I don't
help
know.
me.
I just got handed a phone. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, Billy called you back.
Anyway,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What was that?
What was that, Billy?
some kind of a live chat thing. I've never seen that before.
Billy had never seen that.
Never. I've never seen what was on that phone. She's being hacked. Anyway, good morning, good afternoon, whatever time it is. I want to look at some models quickly because I have to go out shortly. But I just want to see what's going on here with this hurricane. Ian. It's not a hurricane technically yet. So let's not get ahead of ourselves. But the likelihood is that it will. Okay. Weird guy, how the heck are you? Yeah, I'm back on my main channel. I don't know how for long, but so there it is. It looks like it did make a northwesterly turn. Let's see, this is the euro. Now we were looking up the models. It looks like the American model has definitely gained with the upgrade on their systems, their supercomputers, and their forecast models have equaled or bettered the euro in the last year or so. We were doing that research last night. It used to be that the euro was more reliable. Well, it looks like the American caught up finally. So this is the euro. The euro is still stuck on Tampa. It's still on Tampa. Now this would be a very bad thing because then this eye would ride up the coast, it looks like, and dissipate inland. That's weird. It just made a left. That is very odd. And there's the storm inland in Georgia. But the American is showing impact here somewhere. So let's back out. And it's looking like Panama City. So those are the two scenarios. So figure probably somewhere in the middle. But if you live in the Panhandle or anywhere up the Gulf coast of Florida, you really need to pay attention to this storm because there's still a lot of uncertainty in the forecast for the long range track. Now they're saying this is Friday morning here, and this would be Thursday morning most likely if it were to affect Tampa. So let's back out. Yeah. Thursday morning. So Thursday morning here or Friday morning here. The two models are suggesting. Now most of the models are now starting to agree that it's going to go up here. The euro is like one of the only ones that are going this way. So the likelihood is it's going to be west. But anything can happen. So you can't take that for granted. So let's look at NOAA. It's still technically a tropical storm, and this is the latest advisory as of 90 minutes ago. Let's look at the cones. So it's definitely going to go into an area of weather here that's going to reduce it. It's going to be a major hurricane here, but it looks like it's entering unfavorable conditions as it comes close to the Panhandle, which is good news. Which means it could be a Cat 1, maybe a Cat 2, but most likely a Cat 1 coming into the Panhandle, which is really good news, because it is a major hurricane they're predicting from Cuba to the southern Gulf area. Right here. That's a major hurricane. But there's still a big cone of uncertainty here. It can still turn. It can go anywhere within this cone of uncertainty, so we got to watch. Like I said yesterday, more information will be available by tomorrow, Tuesday. Then we'll really get to know, because it's still down here. It's got a trek to make still. And there you can see Cuba is going to have a rough time with this one. This is a major hurricane for Cuba. The western tip of Cuba is going to have a major hurricane. And you can see it highlighted in red, hurricane warning for Cuba. So again, you can see the cone stretches anywhere from really the border of Alabama and the panhandle of Florida to south of Tampa. So anywhere in here is still possible. But most of the models are indicating somewhere in here, near Panama City. But you still cannot discount the possibility of it going this way into Tampa and then up. It's very odd. So again, if you live anywhere in the Gulf Coast of Florida, here, the Panhandle, you need to watch this storm. Watch your weather. Keep an eye on what's going on. What's up, James? So yeah, that's the latest on this storm. But like I said, it's not doing what they expected it to do, and that's really to intensify. If you look at the satellite imagery, it's not well organized yet, but they think it's going to, because it's going into really favorable conditions. The water temperature here is very warm in this area. I'm having my coffee. So you can see the satellite imagery of this storm. It's not organized. You can see the center circulation looks like it's right about here. It's hard to tell, but it looks like it's somewhere in here. It's really difficult. See the circulation? You can see the circulation in there. But it's not well organized. But they're thinking by this afternoon, tomorrow, this will intensify. Right now, it's 50 mile per hour sustained winds. McGuire. Yes, the McGuire. You got to use the compound first, and then the polishing wax.
Yeah, but I don't have that buffer thing you got. You think I could attach something to a drill?
They do sell things that you can attach to a drill, yes.
Well, if you do it by hand, you can't remove the scratch. It has to be a contraption. It has to be...
Yeah, it's going to be really hard to remove a scratch. First of all, you got to take your fingernail and touch the scratch, because if it's going to the metal, you're not going to really get the scratch out. You know what I mean? If it's a small scratch,
I just see like white.
then it should be fine.
And then you have to get both the wax and the
Compound. McGuire, yeah.
both same brand, and then
One is a red bottle, one is a black bottle.
you put the compound first.
Yes, you put the compound first and you get the buffer and you try to get that scratch out.
Okay, so then with the buffer, the scratch, it's supposed to remove the buffer and the compound removes the scratch.
As much as possible, because I would not advise you to buy the fine sandpaper and use it with water to sand it, because when you come here, I'll do that for you.
Oh, I don't know where the fuck I got this scratch, but
Just don't worry about it.
I started looking around and I found more.
Just
And I wasn't there before. I don't know how the fuck that happened.
yeah, just do the best you can now. And then when you come over, I'll take care of the rest.
All right, but when you buff a scratch, is hand power enough, or it definitely needs?
I would definitely suggest a buffer. Believe it or not, you know how much a buffer goes for? Like 25 bucks.
Oh, wow, it's good to have them.
It's not that expensive to buy a hand buffer. Now I don't know if you have a Walmart by you anywhere,
Yeah.
but
But it'll work better with a power tool.
yes, definitely with a power tool is better.
Okay, so but by hand you won't do the job as well.
No.
Okay. I'll wait then.
Yeah, wait till you come up here. I got 2 buffers. I'll do it for you.
I thought I could, give it a try. I don't like seeing.
Exactly,
but-
James.
Yeah.
But it's,
All right.
that's,
Okay.
I've-
Yeah. All right. Thank you.
You're welcome. I've done it with my vehicle.
yes, really.
Exactly, the fine sandpaper you could buy in the auto stores, and you have to make sure it's wet. And I spray. I take a spray bottle. I spray the car wherever the scratch is, and then I have a bowl with the sandpaper sitting wet in the bowl, and then I apply it, because you have to be really careful with that, because you could mess up. You could really mess up the paint. But if you don't know what you're doing, that's why I didn't advise him to do it, because I don't want to be blamed for telling him something that I know I can do, but he may not be able to, because he has to know how to use it. But you know exactly what I'm talking about, James. But anyway, so you can see it looks like it's a lot of thunderstorm clouds here, but it looks like the center of circulation is like right around here somewhere. It's hard to see it, but this is where it's very disorganized. And I did hear from Amanda this morning again. I don't want her to message me because I don't want her to use her phone. And she said, this was at 11:34 this morning, so like an hour ago. Hey, I am here and safe, so thank God for that. Have you heard any updates for us? Still without power and tons of trees and wires down, but my immediate family is all together and safe. So there's a lot of significant damage due to trees, wires down, no power. And I told her, thank God the storm is over. Your local officials say a few days without a power, which is what I saw yesterday. Everyone is worried about you and your family. And then I said, I know you can't Skype, conserve your power. So at least I heard from her an hour ago. So if anybody's watching that knows Amanda, she's okay. Her family's okay. She's still without power. It's going to be a hell of a cleanup where she lives near Sydney, Nova Scotia. It looks like a lot of power lines are down, so it's going to probably be a while before restoration of electrical power is back. It's going to take time. It is. Thank God she's okay. That's the main thing. And her family, and I'm sure the cats, because she would have told me. So everybody's okay. And hopefully we'll hear from her soon. So again, this is all about this right now. This storm, Ian. But right now, I cannot say. We have to see how this storm intensifies in the track. But like I said, anywhere up and down the Gulf Coast, I know she actually. I know a generator is important to have. Anywhere from, I would just say Sarasota, Tampa, up to say Panama City, even here, the whole Panhandle. Let's just say the whole Panhandle, down the Gulf Coast. Just I'd say here, even Cape Coral, because you don't know the track of these storms. You don't know. They don't know. They're going on computer models. So you got to just keep an eye on this the next few days and see where this thing goes. I don't think there's anything else because now it's starting to wane. Thank gosh. The peak of the hurricane season is past. It was a couple of weeks ago. And I'm just praying that there's nothing else coming behind this, which looks good. That's a good sign. So the Euro's not showing much anything going on in the Atlantic after this, and neither is the American, which is good news. I don't like this near. Let me back out. Nova Scotia does not need another storm. So there's a storm here. It looks like it's going to go northeast. Thank gosh. Let's see what the Euro's saying. The Euro has a storm right over Nova Scotia again. Right there. The last thing they need. Look at this. The low is right over Sydney. That's the low. The center of the low right here. So let's hope that doesn't happen. It's the last thing these people need. And there's the low right here. It's not organized, which is good. It's just a storm. But at this point, any storm for those people recovering from Fiona is not a good thing. So this is predicted for next Monday. But again, the models change. For us here, we have the potential for severe storms today. Insane. It does, you would never think. So we have this line developing as a cold front is coming through. Hold on, I'm getting a message from Tracy Austin. So they're predicting here a shower and a thunderstorm. But thunderstorms can bring hail and damaging winds. Look at this for us tonight. Yeah, it's the change of temperatures, the warm air sitting in the front, the cooler fronts coming down from Canada. This is the time for the storms, yeah. It's the weather transition of fall. But, so this is what they're saying here. They're still calling it for, but see, this is good news. I don't like that 3 being so close to Florida, actually. That is right on the shoreline. That 3. Then it goes inland, it becomes a 1. This could be a major category hurricane as it impacts Panama City. If this model is true. Look at that. That's right there on the coastline, a 3. That's changed. That was a 2 yesterday. Now it's a 3. So that's not good. At all. And you see risk to property high as it enters land right here. In the Panhandle. There's a tip of orange there. And then it goes inland. And this is going to be a weather maker for everyone as far as rain. And a week ahead, we'll get a significant rain from this. And as I said earlier, some of the storm's worst impacts may occur in western Cuba. I just mentioned that because it's going to be a major hurricane as it comes close over western Cuba. And there's going to be the winds. You've got to be careful. I mean, they're predicting high winds as it approaches. could be 120. It could be 80 to 100. But you got to watch that. And there's going to be tropical gusts all up and down Georgia, Carolinas. Oh my God, that scared the hell out of me. Good morning. Oh, well, actually, good afternoon, Ken.
Hello, how are you?
That was a show host for tonight. So yeah, this is. See, now this one is showing a 2. But they use old graphics too, so this one is showing a 3. So I don't know. They don't know. That's the bottom line. They don't know. Anything's possible at this point. It's too early. That storm is still a tropical storm. They don't know. Who knows? For all we know, it may not intensify. Maybe it'll just be disorganized. Hopefully. But they're preparing. Let's check weather. Weather.com, which is the weather channel. They're predicting explosive intensification. So let's look at this.
Ian is forecast to rapidly strengthen later today, so our Sunday updates are going to hold a lot of info, and we're going to be bringing you updates all day, but here's what we can tell you now. The risk of significant wind and storm surge impacts are increasing for western Cuba. Ian is forecast to emerge over the southeastern Gulf on Tuesday, at which point it'll have grown in size and then reach Category 4 strength possibly late Tuesday. We also want to show you the projected rainfall amounts that are expected, with isolated higher amounts possible. The Florida Keys will pick up on 2 to 4 inches of rain Monday through Wednesday, with more to follow for the Panhandle and beyond as Ian moves north.
Wow, it's going to be a lot of
We
rain.
are checking in on the early morning model runs, and these are the forecasts for landfall in Florida of Ian, anywhere from the Panhandle down to the West Coast.
Okay, I'm going to stop it right there. So most of the spaghetti models are taking it up toward Panama City. There's still a few taking it to Tampa. I do not like this one at all. I hope this one is not the case, because that means it's going up the coast, which would be not good. Which I don't think this is going to be the forecast. I think it's either, well, it could be here or here, but most of the spaghetti models, but some of these models are BS kind of models. But like I said earlier, anywhere up the Gulf Coast to Panhandle has to watch.
There is some uncertainty here.
And look how old this is. Friday, 8 a.m. So I'm not going to take that into too much account here. But you got to watch. That's it. Bottom line. So you can see where it is and what they're predicting. Cuba definitely needs to watch. And you can see the water temperature dips along the coast, which is good. But you can see this warm area of water here. That's why they're thinking it's going to intensify rapidly, because it's entering into some really warm water here. But the water cools down along the coastal, which is why they're predicting it's going to decrease in intensification. So let's hope. And there's the models. So it's too early. It's just too early to tell. What's up, Carmen? I got two generators. They're both standing by. Yeah, it's weird because I'm not gonna. Let me see. I don't want to give away her location, but I predicted everything that was gonna happen at her house, and she'll tell you that is a fact. Even her house location, which I looked up on Google Earth, which I am not going to put it on the screen right now. I gotta wait for it to load. I'm gonna show you what I told her, and everything I told her turned out to be fact, unfortunately. I didn't want to be right, but I was right on this. Okay, I gotta try to find her house again. Okay, she's up here. Yeah, she's right in here. There's that. I gotta remember where she is. It's funny because I seen her house. I know it's on this side. I don't think it was up there. I think it was down here. Yes. Okay, that's not it. That looked like it. Let me go out on the map. She might be up here more. I know what it looks like because she had like this thing in her backyard. With trucks. It's surprising. There's a lot of people with pools. She's not that close to. That's right, she was near the water. I'll just give you a general idea. I wish I knew her thing. History. Let's look at history. Your search history is empty. That's some BS. Wasn't that many houses by her. She's on this road. That I know for a fact. It can't be the bend here because of the direction the wind was facing. No, that's not it. I think it's up here. But the bottom line was I'm not gonna message her to give me her address again, because she told me on the phone. It wasn't a populated area like that. This might be it. Could that be it? Let me go to the road. I know what a house looks like. He hasn't called me yet.
This one more?
Very little.
Shit. Ugh.
But anyway, it would have been nice to show you because the way her house sat.
She got pictures.
No, she's gonna. I'm sure, like, she'll get in contact with me when she gets a connection. They still don't have no power there. It's not good there. Okay, her mother works there. I know where her mother works. There's Ling. I don't want to say her place. The winds were coming off of the Atlantic, so it was blowing this way. So she has to be up here. It's hard when I don't remember her address, you know? The main thing, she's okay. That's the main thing. Okay, it's not a big road. She's definitely in here somewhere. It's not that far north. And she's not close to other people. I have to turn my head because I know how it looks. I don't think she was this far north. There, she's not. Oh, there comes the rain. They said we might get bad storms later. Damn. No, that's not it. We're too close to this. She's not that far up. I don't think she is. There's a lot of people with pools. This road only goes so far.
too.
Okay.
I'm gonna borrow a slider, bro.
Dude, I can't find the alien.
What do you mean, Eddie?
You know.
Oh, the bomb?
Yeah, I can't find it. It's like totally disappeared. It's the most bizarre thing.
It's crazy, man. Don't make no sense, bro.
It doesn't. I'm thinking. That's not it. There's some beautiful houses where she is. Look at that pool. That's a monster pool. Okay, I found it, I think. No, she doesn't have a double driveway. That's definitely not it. That looks very close, though. That's not it. And she's on the left side of the road. Like I said, this road doesn't go that far. I found it. I found her house. I found her house now. Thank God. So I'm not, like I said, I'm not going to give out her location. Oh man, it's highlighting it. Fuck. I don't want that road to show up. Anyway. So I told her the winds were going to be coming toward her house this way. And her main windows in the house are on this side. This is the garage. This is the main area of her house where a lot of glass is. I told her to watch this tree. I was worried about this tree. That tree fell. And she said the wind direction that I predicted was right on the money. She said I was absolutely right. So, because the winds were coming off the Atlantic inward, if you look where she is, the winds were going like this in here. So that's why I was worried about that one tree. Because that was the wind direction that tree was. It was all open and it was going to hit that tree directly. So that's where she is. She's somewhere in there. And it was not good. Not good. Right now, like I said, right now the storm. What's up, Roman? Right now the storm is gone. It's not there. The one thing we gotta watch is this next one now here, Ian. Ian is on the focus of everyone's attention now. But Canada did get hit pretty hard with Fiona, and it wasn't good. So like I said, she messaged me this morning and said still no power, a lot of trees and power lines down. And I am not going to bother her because she's got enough on her mind. And with no power, that means they have to power up devices. So she needs to conserve her power on her phones. I don't know if they have backup. I don't know what they have. So I am not going to annoy her. Nobody wants to be annoyed when they're going through a crisis. So out of respect, there's no way. So yeah, this is... Oh my God, it's Eric now. Sorry about that. Business. Private. Anyway. It's good to see some old faces back in the old channel. Like Weird Guy and Roman. Lorraine. I always see Lorraine. And James and Carmen. But it's good to see some of the folks from the past in here. Anyway, I'm going to wrap up right now because I do have shows today. Transhumanist Party is live. Still waiting on Mark. Dead Air is live. They're going to have Chris DiPerno tonight. They're going to be talking about UAPs at 8 o'clock. So I've got to get to work. Like now. So hopefully everybody have a great day. Be well, be blessed, be safe. If you live in Florida, keep an eye on your weather for sure. Even in Georgia, the Carolinas, anywhere north of Panama City. Just keep an eye on your weather because you're still going to get... The wind is not... Like I was covering this last night. The wind is your least of your worries in a hurricane. We looked up last night the statistics of the causes of death related to hurricanes. Storm surge, drowning, vehicular, being in your car, and the use of generators indoors made up for 80% of the cause of death in hurricanes. Please don't. 20% was generators. 20% were generators because people are bringing them inside when they lose power. Don't put your generator inside. It has to be outside in a well-ventilated area because a lot of people, sadly, are losing their lives tragically through carbon monoxide poisoning. Don't put your generator inside. And stay inside. Don't go outside. Don't try to travel in the water, and the flooding areas. It's the water, the storm surge, the flooding. Just stay indoors. You're safest to be inside. Like I said, wind, tornadoes, because hurricanes produce in their bands isolated tornadoes. That made up for 3%. We looked at all this information last night. So again, it's the water and it's the generators. So please, just be careful. Anyway, have a great day to everybody. Be well, be blessed, be safe. And I'll be back tonight, 10ish, to see the update. Or maybe at 6, depending if Mark is live or not. So I'll be back either at 6, unless Mark is live, or definitely by 10, and we'll see what's going on by 10 Eastern, and see what's going on with the latest on the storm. So blessings to everybody. Be well, be blessed.